It's just a normal day like any other in this small Ohio town. It's hobby day at school, and David decides to bring his prized airplane that he built all by himself. Checking the time, he realizes he has no time to lose. Carefully packaging his airplane in a nearby shoebox, David leaves in hopes of getting breakfast before the big day. This is David, America's first prank terrorist.
Is that what you're taking to school for hobby day?
Yes, what's wrong with it?
What's right with it?
His abusive behavior continues with his young sister.
It took me a lot of time.
I wish I could make something like that.
You're only a girl.
What's that got to do with it?
Girls never do anything right.
I think you're mean.
Picking up his sister's doll like a bag of dirty dog feces, he places the doll in a shoebox very similar to the one he owns. Meanwhile, his sister has ideas of her own. She hopes to induce hypertension and cardiac arrest in her brother for his mean behavior. As well, she has other tricks up her sleeve. As she switches the boxes, David goes for the fatal shaker.
Blood of Jesus!
Pandemonium ensues as David flips his wig at his breakfast being spoiled. In typical fashion, David runs away.
David, you come back. You have to eat something. David, come back here.
Thus begins his spree of prank terrorism. Fueled by rage and an empty stomach, David picks his first victim. The victim in plaid gives chase, and David eventually gives her back her goods. Now we are treated to a Joni Mitchell-esque interlude. At David's next target, the candy shop. Capitalizing on the chaos of the scene, David enacts his evil plan. David makes his way to the schoolyard, where evidence of 1970's gangland violence in the school system is clearly evident. David's next victim rapidly approaches. The hapless victim is unaware that a mob awaits him. The situation continues to deteriorate for the poor, hapless victim. David spots another golden opportunity to make this child's life a living hell. With heartless cruelty, David removes the boy's glasses, leaving him blind and defenseless from further abuse. David eventually makes it to his class, where he enacts his last act of terrorism. David takes great delight in placing a sticky piece of paper on a girl's chair. He invites his Confederates over to watch as the mayhem ensues. Finally, the big moment has arrived. David is invited to the front of the class to show his hobby to his fellow classmates and Confederates. Little does he realize the magnitude of the event that is about to occur.
Jokes are funny sometimes, but did you ever stop to think how jokes could turn out? What if they turned out in an entirely different way than you expected?
What if the chase scene involving the child wearing plaid had a tragic ending, or virtually tragic ending, with a hit and run? What if David's prank ended up in a food riot? Subsequently, David would be beaten to death in the alleyway. Perhaps throwing the glasses would result in destruction of the item, leaving the poor geek to ponder his fate when he showed his parents. And finally, what would be the consequences if the gang of thugs had actually placed something more disgusting on that poor girl's seat? An angry mob forms as they wait to see what it is that David has in the box.